I know that as a police officer I am, and I was. No, I'm not an officer anymore. That part of my life is gone, and I understand why, but I am someone who should have been acting to arrest and stop child abuse and child pornography. In my tenure in law enforcement, I have been involved in the arrest of sex offenders and general people who have sought to hurt children. But when I came into contact with these items, I should have been part of the solution, not part of the problem. Not only did I not report the images, but I was involved in perpetuating their existence. And that will never happen again. I understand clearly that children are harmed and victimized in the creation of this content that is absolutely disgusting. But I think that it is important for you and everyone else in this room to know and understand that I do not find children sexually attractive. I am not in any way, shape, or form a sex offender. Although that is how the public has viewed me from the beginning. I will likely be labeled as one throughout the eyes of the law now. I would never harm a child, or anyone for that matter. And I spent the majority of my career trying to go above and beyond and help children and families that have become unfortunate victims. Anything from domestic violence to sex crimes and child abuse. I spent my career attempting to help the community. I stocked less fortunate families with gifts on Christmas because that was what made me happy and that was what I felt I needed to do. Passing out toys, baby food, and child care products to shelters, families on the street, and just generally less fortunate families that we would give responsibility. Paying out of pocket on multiple occasions to get misplaced families into hotel rooms and off the streets because I knew it was dangerous and at least they could be safe in there. The version of myself doing that would be absolutely disgusted with me. And I became the same person that I myself would have hunted down and arrested. I should have reported the items that I've seen, and had I done that, I would not be sitting before you. The man I was before would be sitting in the audience pushing for me to be harshly sentenced and to make sure that I could never be in a position of trust or authority again. And I understand why the officers are here, probably thinking those exact thoughts. As I've said, my conduct damaged the trust of the people that police have had. It's already hard enough to be a law enforcement officer, and I have not made that situation any easier for my colleagues. All I would say to these citizens, my colleagues, and to my old self is that I had lost sight of who I was. I was so deep in undiagnosed depression, PTSD, and alcohol abuse that I would be unrecognizable to the man that I was just over 2 years ago. They took this arrest and the final hit of rock bottom to give me the push to finally get the help that I have so desperately needed. I know and understand that the justice system's primary purpose is for punishment, and I know that I am here today to be punished. Of course, I am terrified of incarceration. I have heard horror stories and know that as a former officer I would be targeted for that alone. Somewhere with a sex offender jacket, it would make that significantly worse. Your Honor, I've sat every day and thought about this, and I don't think that it would be an exaggeration to say that my daily life would be about survival. As of today, I hope I survived. A year ago, being a completely different person, I would not have cared. If anything, I would have thought that maybe it would have been for the best. But through the love and support that my family has given me, I have found the desire to live and carry on. Honor, I would ask that the court show me mercy, if in only the prison sentence aspect. I will gladly bear any punishment that I am given, but I am truly concerned that I will be victimized, or worse, in a prison. I am terrified to leave my family, knowing that what I have done has destroyed them too. I could not have gotten through this arrest in this last year without them. But I know that my terrible judgment has led me here, and that I must now bear the consequences for that. I am so sorry for any reflection that my actions have on my family or the police department. I want everyone to know that I am fully and solely responsible for what I have done. Since this incident, I've made strides in my life to heal and once again become a law-abiding, positive member of society. I've taken weekly therapy appointments, which I learned that I have been clinically diagnosed with PTSD, major depressive disorder, and severe anxiety. I've taken up 2 full-time jobs and have a loving home life that once again has made me into a person that hopefully one day I can be proud of again. I know now that I can lean on my family for support. My therapist has been a godsend, but these mental health resources are important to finally being able to heal. I began to put in the work to understand and better cope with loss, trauma, and my own mental health attitude and how I react to certain situations. I understand, however, that regardless of all this, in the eyes of the community, I am a disgusting criminal, and that brand stuck with me from the moment my uniform was physically cut off of my body and I was thrown in jail. I have already been sentenced by a court of people, and I am reminded every single day that I will forever be paying for this. I have been forced to move to the complete opposite side of the county because my name, my personal information, and my home address were blasted all over the internet before I had even walked out of jail. My family and I had immediately began getting threats to our life, death threats, and threats to our general safety. None of us could feel safe in our own home anymore. I'm at the point I can't even drive through the city of Daytona Beach without having anxiety attacks, praying that no one recognizes me and frequently having to pull over and gain my composure. I've lost the career of my dreams that I have worked for since I was a child. I'm terrified to meet new people in any capacity, because all they have to do is Google my name, and regardless of any explanation I can give them, they will all look at me the same. I have been tarnished by my own actions, and I have lost everything again. I will end my statement on a positive note, Your Honor, because again, I apologize to all the people that I've affected, the officers that I've worked with, and anyone else that I have hurt by my actions. Nonetheless, moving forward, I wish to spend the rest of my life positively and be a productive member of society. I know that my family that is here today, and those who cannot bear to be, including my lovely girlfriend, my stepfather, and my uncles, are going to be standing beside me to help me the entire way. And I could not be more thankful for that.
I do, Your Honor. Maybe just have one moment. I'm just having an image printed. Let's take that real quick. Now, Mr. Fox, you told the court and everyone here that you have no sexual attraction to children, that you're not interested in them. I'm going to approach what's been marked for identification states Exhibit B. Can you take a look at that photograph?
Yes, sir.
All right, can you explain to the court how, when law enforcement conducted a search warrant on your residence, they found a sex toy and a child's doll that's about the same size as a small child?
So this toy here was actually purchased by my ex-girlfriend, who was obsessed with mermaids, as you can see that in the area from The Little Mermaid, along with multiple other Barbies that she had, which were Little Mermaid. Before she had left a box of her items, and she had left miscellaneous items sporadically placed throughout my house. Those items were all in different parts of the house, and I was still, to this day, finding those items that she had left.
Your Honor, state of action has been marked for identification states Exhibit B, the other states too.
Any objection?
No objection.
Without objection, so admitted.
Your Honor, permission. So your testimony is that there's a sex toy under your bed, and then there's a mermaid under your bed, a little aerial mermaid about the size of a small child under your bed, and that just happens to be from the ex-girlfriend.
No, sir. The mermaid was found in the box that it was in. The sexual toy was given as a gag gift roughly 4 years ago and was still sealed inside of a box.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
And you're correct.
No, Your Honor.
Any additional witnesses on behalf of Mr. Powell?
No.
State and
None, Your Honor.
arguments. And before you do that, Mr. Interlopio, if I could please have a score sheet. And Mr. Delgado will be having an opportunity to review that with the client.
Yes, Your Honor. It appears correct, although I think we waived the guidelines.
Understood they were waived, but I still need to have a score sheet.
Your Honor, there was one, I'm sorry, there was one other thing. I have a letter from his therapist, just kind of confirming what he testified to. I didn't get it in time to file it under seal, so I have it here for the court. I don't need to file it under seal now, or if I have to file it.
We can file it under seal now. State, do we have an opportunity to review?
I have, Your Honor.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
All right, without objection will be admitted as defendant's exhibit. I'd